Hey guys, it's your girl Kay and I'm back with another recap. Today we're getting into the Never Ever Met Season 2 Episode 6. Before we break this episode down, please do me a favor and like this video, subscribe to the channel y'all. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. I know it's a little but I'm just at 14 subscribers. So I really need your support and your help to get to 100 subscribers. So please share it with a friend. Let's get into it.
Kay Unscripted, no teeth restricted. In this journey, watch our stories unfold.
The episode starts with Ty making breakfast for his girl Brittany, and he's about to take it upstairs to her. And here comes Chris, and he's like, oh, he's acting like the female in the relationship. Excuse me, so a man cannot fix his woman a plate of food? He cannot take it up to her room? What is wrong with you, Chris? If you don't shut the hell up. Anyway, he brings her the breakfast upstairs and she's cheesing, she's happy. She's telling the girls how happy she is that Ty is finally paying attention to her. And this is what she's been wanting from him. Now, Brittany, I hope that you reciprocate the same to Ty because it's a two-way street. You cannot want the man to serve you and not serve him too, okay? All right, so Kiki is downstairs with Tatiana and she's like, oh girl, I see you and Brandon. Y'all are laughing. And Kiki says, well, I think we're on an upward slope. She says in her confessional that they need to work on intimacy, but she's struggling to open up, obviously because she has this secret weighing on her. She says that Brandon wanted to go to the boom boom room, but she's like, nah, that's not happening. And she tells Tatiana, well, girl, I'm surprised y'all haven't been there yet. So she said, well, we did go there, but we just had a massage, and she's not really ready to get there with Clay. So she says, well, your boy Clay is ready to take it up a notch. That's what Kiki is saying. And Tatiana is in a confessional. She says that she's not ready to go there with Clay because she wants him to be more honest about who he is and what he wants, what his intentions are for the relationship. She says that she feels like after an argument, it kind of makes you closer. But the only thing that really matters is that you end strong. Oh, baby, you're going to need a lot of strength because he has a whole newborn that he's been keeping a secret, and apparently everybody else is aware of this secret baby. Up next, we see Taronda, and she's outside, and y'all, whenever we see Taronda, we know it's another group exercise. So she checks in with them and says that they're halfway through, and she mentioned them being aware of the small things that make their partners tick. She says the little things pretty much can make or break the relationship. So the activity for today will determine if they're learning each other or if they need to learn more about their partner. So the questions will be asked and each person has to write their responses on the board, and if the response match, they're progressing. If the responses do not match, then there's still room to learn more about their partner. So the first question is, what is her favorite color? And Clay and Tatiana, Jay and Cinco, and Kiki and Brandon win this one. Meanwhile, Chris cannot even spell purple. You was worried about Ty bringing his woman breakfast, but what you really need to be worried about is spelling. Anyway, the next question was, what is his favorite food? And the winners for this question are Clay and Tatiana, Chris and Alexis, and Brandon and Kiki. The next question was, what is her signature cocktail? And the winners are Ty and Brittany, Alexis and Chris. And child, he still cannot spell. You mean to tell me you cannot spell Baileys? He couldn't even spell purple, so I don't even know why I expected him to be able to spell Baileys. I cannot. For me, that would be an immediate turn off. Call me shallow if you want, but this is one of my biggest pet peeves. You cannot spell basic words? Excuse me, so what? Anyways, y'all, Kiki and Brandon and Cinco and Jay also win this round. The next question asked was, which one is better, online dating or real life? And all of the other couples match saying real life, except Chris, who says online dating while Alexis says real life. Chris, what is going on with you? When he's asked what he means by what he said, he's like, oh, it's less stressful, it's easy, you don't have to explain a lot of stuff, meaning that he doesn't like Alexis. He doesn't want to put in the work, the energy, and the time to make it work with Alexis. He is not into her. The next question was, is it ever okay to keep secrets in a relationship? So far, everyone has said no. And when Clay put up his sign, everyone was just making sounds. And apparently, Alexis started to giggle, and that pissed off Chris. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, you're not the boss of that lady. If she wants to giggle, she can. What is wrong with you? I don't know, y'all. Chris's behavior is becoming concerning to me. So anyway, Taronda peeped the giggles and she's like, what's this about? And Alexis reaches over. She pats Clay on the back. Chris is fuming. He's like, can you just stop? Clay immediately knows that everyone knows his secret because he said he only told Jared. So how does everybody else know what's going on? Come to find out, Clay and Tatiana are the winners of the entire game. And once again, Cinco and Jay are feeling a little salty because they feel like they know each other the most and they should have won the game. I'm like, y'all are doing the most. Sit down. Jared and Charlie do the worst, but are we surprised? Absolutely not. So the activity is over and everyone heads back into the house. Brandon and Chris are in the game room. They're playing pools. Brandon is saying how he feels good that he and Kiki actually got many questions right, and it shows that they're actually listening to each other. Meanwhile, Chris is still fuming and you could see it all over his face. He looks like he's ready to explode. He's saying that every time they do an activity, here comes Alexis with her shenanigans, and he's like, do you know the secret? Referencing to Clay and Tatiana, and Brandon says he does know, but that's not his business. Chris is saying how Alexis was making sounds and she was singleizing these people. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did he just say singleize? That's not even a word, Chris. At this point, just keep quiet, sir. How about you stop? Don't say anything else. Anyway, he says he has to check Alexis because he's not down with the mess. How could you want to check Alexis when you're over there gossiping with Brandon about the same thing? Okay. So Alexis comes into the room with them. He sits next to her and he's telling her, oh, I care about you, but I cannot allow you to put me, you or people, my peoples in any compromising situation. And apparently the things that Alexis does, people in the house don't like it. And I'm like, which people, Chris? Because I haven't heard anyone complain about Alexis. You're the only one that's complaining. So he's like, oh, we played that game and they brought up the secret. You're the only one who made a sound and you singled Clay and Tatiana out and you caused a chain reaction and everyone was asking what secret. What secret? The entire house knows that Clay has a secret baby besides Tatiana. So that doesn't even make any type of sense. He's like, oh, this is messy, don't you think? Trying to gaslight her. She's like, oh, it can be looked at messy. Now, he's pressed about the secret. Meanwhile, Alexis doesn't even know what the damn secret is. Poor Alexis is thinking that it's about Clay eating meat. And that's not even the secret. Alexis says in her confessional that she had no idea that there was another secret, but the guys have this weird relationship where they express everything to each other and not their mates. And I couldn't agree more. Are y'all there for the bromance or are y'all here for the romance? I really want to know. I'm trying to know. So Clay and Tatiana are chefing up tacos for the crew. Jay's assisting them in the kitchen. And then Alexis comes in and she's like, I just had a conversation with Chris and he's saying my little jokey jokes and remarks made when they were talking about the secrets thing and playing with Clay. It was about the vegan thing. I don't know about any secret. I'm not here to cause any drama. That's what I thought it was about. Clay is shaking in his boots and he's wishing that Alexis doesn't say anything further. So she pulls Clay to the side and she's like, so I heard you have a secret? And he still lies and he says, oh, I just wanted to get her some flowers. Why are you still lying, Clay? As to why no one has filled Tatiana in on this secret is above me. And I don't know if she's just naive and not peeping that something is going on. Because I would have clocked it. I'll be like, what secret? Is there another secret? I don't know what's going on. He comes back in the kitchen. He's sweating. He's irritated. He's kicking Brittany out of the kitchen. He says he's having an anxiety attack. So he walked out of the kitchen to get some air. Oh, so now you're having an anxiety attack because you're a liar? That's how it works. Anyways, it's dinner time and the food looks great as usual. He gives a little speech about how he came here for his love Tatiana. And child, the guys are making all type of faces at each other. Everyone sits down, they're just looking at each other. Anyways, they get to eating and he's like, hold on, I'll be back. And he comes in with a bouquet of roses. Oh, he's definitely buttering up. He's trying to get her to the boom boom room before he tells her his secret. That's just trifling. Everyone is laughing and giggling amongst themselves while this man is playing in her face. Y'all are playing in her face. All of y'all are playing in her face because y'all know he's being deceitful. He is love bombing this lady. Tatiana is now running to his lap. She's feeling all good. She's kissing him. He's feeling on her. Meanwhile, everyone is just making some crazy faces to each other. They now decide to play Never Have I Ever. And baby, yet another game that's going to end up being messy. When I tell y'all the game was messy, it was. They started throwing out questions. And then when they asked Never Have I Ever Kissed someone of the same sex, baby Ty was confused. His pinky finger went up and down and back up. He wasn't sure. And I'm side-eyeing him like, what? Excuse me? And that wasn't even the only question that stirred up drama, because Brittany asked, never have I ever slept with more than one person in the same day. And y'all, Jay put her thumb down. When Cinco peeped that, he's like, excuse me, when did this happen? Was it this year? She's like, stop asking me questions. You're about to piss me off. Cinco gets upset and he walks out. So they head out to the living room area and they're discussing it. And he's like, listen, we don't keep secrets. But Jay, she's just not answering the question directly. But then she finally said it was before they met. And he's like, oh, now you're showing them that we broke. So you prefer to keep up appearances as if y'all are this perfect couple because y'all don't want people judging y'all? Goodbye. So some guests come over. Jay's sister Amanda is visiting her and she meets Cinco when she comes in. And she's telling her sister how great they are and everything has just aligned. But he pissed her off earlier because he didn't like her answers to the game they were playing. Now, what I like about their relationship is that they don't bring other people into their mess. They don't bring people in their business. If they have an issue with each other, they speak to each other, not the other couples. And that's the healthy way to go about it. So I really admire that about Jay and Cinco's relationship. Cinco's friend Torin visits, and apparently he's the one who introduced Jay and Cinco. He was also the one that Cinco saw was following Jay, and he asked him questions about Jay. So he immediately tells him about the question that was asked in the game, and he's like, just appreciate the fact that she's being honest with you. This is what his friend Torin said to him. And if you need clarity on something, go to her alone. So Cinco is like, well, we're the only couple who hasn't had any issues since being here. And now everyone thinks we're having problems. Now, what's up with the perfection image between these two? Why do y'all think that y'all cannot have arguments? Y'all do know that arguments and disagreements are healthy in a relationship, right? You do know that there's a healthy way to argue, right? Or don't y'all know? Child, I don't know what's going on with these two, but no relationship is perfect. And I would say, if you haven't had any argument or disagreement with your spouse, something is absolutely wrong. You need to double check what's going on in that relationship. Now, I literally wrote that down in my notes and his friend told him the exact thing. Anyways, Torin and Cinco head over to the living room where Jessica, Jay, and her sister are. And his friend is like, well, what's going on? Because I heard you all had a hiccup. And she's like, did we have a hiccup today? Girl, can you stop pretending like everything is good? Her sister says that she has a communication issue. Cinco saying he doesn't like that she doesn't answer questions directly and she tends to deflect. Well, Jay said, I don't have to answer every question you ask. And her sister's like, girl, you're getting to know this man, so just answer the damn question. You have to choose your battles. Everything doesn't have to be difficult. And I just kind of see Jay as being rude. She feels like she can answer when she wants and if she feels like it. But girl, that's not the way to be in a relationship. Because you have to keep in mind that it's not only about you or your feelings, it's about the other person on the receiving end. So Cinco asks her sister if she likes the relationship, and her sister says it's only been 2 weeks and that's not enough time for her to judge their relationship, but she feels like he's a really nice guy. Anyway, the night is about to end, and we see Clay and Tatiana outside. He's saying how happy he is that the dinner is over because everyone was just bothering him the entire night. They're bothering you so you could stop playing in that lady's face. Tatiana tells him, well, when you're having a bad day, what would you expect your partner to do to help you feel better? She asks him if he's an act of service kind of person, and he says yes, it's actually his love language, and he compliments her on being supportive. She's saying that she loved the flowers and how he's setting the bar up really high. He says the same thing to her and how she sets the bar high every day. And she finally tells him that she loves him. Now, this is what he wanted to hear, and I'm just over here cringing knowing what we know. I feel so bad for Tatiana because she has no clue what's going on. Jay and Cinco, they're in the kitchen and they're just talking about the visit with their peoples and just talking about how much they look forward to their future. Meanwhile, on the other side of the house, Tatiana, she's asking Clay to apologize to Brittany. So Brittany comes over, actually he calls her over and says he's sorry, he was just overwhelmed and stressed, and Brittany accepts his apology. Now Clay and Tatiana head to the boom boom room and I'm just shaking my head like, child, girl, please don't give him none. Tatiana, please do not give him any. She said in her confessional that she typically takes a long time to show her more affectionate side, but she knows that he cares about her, so she wants to make the most out of the night. And I'm just like, girl, no. Clay says he wants to wait until his best friend visits so he can tell Tatiana and his best friend will help him word things correctly. Oh, so you're waiting for reinforcements to help you manipulate and gaslight her. Okay, we see what's going on here. So it's the next morning, and Brittany and Charlie, they're outside, and Brittany's like, girl, what's up with Clay? So Charlie tells her, well, he has this secret, and Brittany's like, well, what's the secret? And Charlie just tells her, well, he has a baby, and she's 2 months old, and they've been dating for 9 months, and they start kicking. Charlie's like, we all know she doesn't know, and he's making her look stupid. Meanwhile, Clay's in the kitchen, he's making his girl breakfast, and these two are out there gossiping, talking about, oh, I'm just glad it's not me. And I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? I don't know. Tell Tatiana, somebody please tell her. This is where the episode ends, y'all. What do you think of this episode? Are you enjoying the Never Ever Met so far? Please let me know all of your thoughts. This is the recap for the Never Ever Met Season 2, Episode 6. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!